ranking the top 25 players under the age of 25 in Major League Baseball. If you were 25 years old at the time of recording this video, you do not qualify. So don't tell me I forgot guys who were 25 years old. We were looking for under the age of 25. And I gotta say, this list is absolutely loaded. There are some great players I had to leave off because I just didn't have the space. So if you felt like I left off one of your favorites, let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the baseball content. And big shout out to today's video sponsor, Factor. Getting us started at number 26, I've got Kyle Harrison of the Milwaukee Brewers. Shocker, Brewers took a former top prospect, turned him into a phenomenal pitcher. We've kind of been waiting for Kyle Harrison to hit that next level, a guy who had a lot of shine as a prospect. The Brewers got him. He's throwing hard. The slurve and changeup combo are disgusting as secondary pitches. And what do you know? Kyle Harrison has a 1.57 ERA so far this year in 51 2/3 innings, a whip in the low ones, striking out nearly 30% of the batters he's facing, walking under 7%, not giving up hard hits, looking really, really good. I couldn't put him truthfully in the top 25, but I didn't want to omit him from the list because I do think Kyle Harrison has been fantastic this year, which is why we are doing 26, even though the video says top 25. The stuff is really good. I can't wait to see what Kyle Harrison looks like at the end of the year. These first 51 innings with the Brewers have been phenomenal. Getting the top 25 started. At number 25, I've got Sal Stewart of the Cincinnati Reds. Stewart has slowed down a little bit as the season has gone on, but Stewart still absolutely mashes. I mean, he slowed down where he's just not playing at an MVP pace. 22 years old, second season in the big leagues. I think this is technically still his first for rookie status. 12 homers, 261 average, 356 on base, 477 slug for an 833 OPS. Barrel rate towards the top of the league, 15.3%. The max exit velos are good. He's putting the ball in the air consistently, putting it all over the field, which is great. While he doesn't really have a spot defensively at a position, doesn't really matter when you're Sal Stewart on this Reds team hitting like he is, stealing bases for a guy who, by the way, isn't very fast. Tells you he's a good ball player, great bat-to-ball skills, good pitch recognition, everything that makes a great young player. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Factor. Guys, I gotta put you onto something that's been saving me lately, not just in money, but in time, and also still tastes good. That's Factor meals. I love food, and I used to spend way too much time every single day trying to figure out what to eat. And honestly, during the season, I just can't afford to waste that much time. So some nights I just end up either ordering garbage or not eating right. Thanks to Factor, that problem doesn't exist anymore. They send you fresh, chef-made meals directly to your door, and I'm not kidding, it takes 2 minutes to make them. No cooking, no prep, no cleanup, just heat and eat. And it's not just convenience. These are legit meals that taste good. There are high protein options, calorie smart, low carb, for me, dairy-free options. And the options are constantly rotating, so you don't have to repeat meals. I'm telling you, this tastes like something you'd order, not something you microwave. I'm eating filet mignon, it tastes incredible. So if you want to stop stressing about meals, click the link in my description right now, or scan the QR code on the screen to save 50% off your first box, plus free breakfast for a year. But it's only for a limited time. Click that link in the description. Big shout out to Factor for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. Coming in at number 24, I've got Chase DeLauter of the Cleveland Guardians. I really like Chase DeLauter as a player. Yes, he slowed down the production quite a bit, and I do think that he has to now make adjustments as the league's adjusted to him, but DeLauter still does a lot of things really, really well. Doesn't chase, doesn't whiff, doesn't strike out, gets on base, walking over 10% of the time, and while the barrel rate has dropped, he does hit the baseball hard, he does put the ball in the air. A few tweaks here and there, a few adjustments, and I do think Chase DeLauter will get back to being a hot bat at the plate. I was actually shocked to see that he is still only 24 years old. I thought DeLauter was like 25, 26 because of when he got drafted, coming out of college. There needs to be some improvements in his game for sure, but I do like what we've seen out of Chase DeLauter so far this season. Been a big reason why the Guardians have been so successful. Coming in at number 23, Samuel Basallo of the Baltimore Orioles. Ooh, Basallo has turned it up. He is going to be a bit of a chaos player at the plate, and behind the plate, at catcher, I wouldn't say it's his strongest position. Well, it might be his strongest position. He's just not particularly great at it, although throwing out base runners well. You don't care, though, because right now for Basallo, all you care about is that bat, and over the last month, he's been one of the best hitters in baseball. Bat speed is through the roof, hits the ball extremely hard basically every time he makes contact, super high barrel rates, puts the ball in the air a ton, which is great out in Baltimore, especially as a left-handed hitter. That place is a bandbox, and he's only 21 years old. A lot of the guys towards the bottom here who are younger are going to find their way higher up on this list. We just need more of a sample, because right now, 177 plate appearances this year, 9 home runs, 283 average, 345 on base, 516 slug for an 861 OPS, and that was after a miserable start to the year. Basallo is truly talented. For for the 22nd best player under 25 in Major League Baseball, Peyton Tolley of the Boston Red Sox. Oh man, he looks so good. Tolley is an extension king who from the left side throws 96 miles an hour. He's got a wicked sinker as well. The cutter, the curve, even sometimes sprinkling in a little changeup. Peyton Tolley has been decimating hitters this season. In 41 innings through 7 starts, a 2.61 ERA with a whip at 0.9, one of the highest K rates in the league at 28.6%, while also limiting base runners, 6.8% walk rate. People are not barreling up the baseball against him. All the expected numbers are phenomenal. There's just not good contact being made against Peyton Tolley on a consistent basis, and I love that he throws the fastball and even the sinker up in the zone. He challenges you. He says, hit it, good luck, and the pitches are honestly disgusting. If he could develop a changeup truthfully, man, Peyton Tolley's got something cooking here because his fastball, his sinker, his cutter are all really good. The curveball's great. Tolley looks to be a future ace in the making for sure for the Boston Red Sox. Just missing on the top 20 at number 21, I've got Tyler Soderstrom of the Athletics. Love Soderstrom. Going into the season, probably would have had him a little bit higher, but out in the outfield defensively, he hasn't been as sharp as he was the prior year. Again, it's a small sample size, so truthfully, looking at what he's done the last couple seasons, you're looking at a guy who hits the ball pretty well, gets on base at a pretty good mark, makes good swing decisions, doesn't strike out a ton, got the K rate under 20% this year and the walk rate above 10, which those are huge improvements. Good exit velos, consistently good contact. I think these numbers are going to continue to rise as they have over the last couple weeks for Soderstrom. A little bit of a dip at one point this season, but he's getting hot. The weather's going to help him out in Sacramento, and I do think the numbers are going to bounce back. He is a very good ball player. It's just that, wow, there's so many good players under 25, so he's outside the top 20. Getting the top 20 start at number 20, I've got Jordan Walker of the St. Louis Cardinals. I know he's been playing like a top 10 player under the age of 25, but because we do have a lot of bad for Jordan Walker, I'm trying not to completely overreact to about 250 plate appearances. That being said, oh my God, this is a superstar hitter. By the end of the season, I think he could easily be one of the top 10 players under 25 in Major League Baseball. The bat is just that good, and while his defense hasn't been great, it's really not that bad, especially because his arm is a rocket, and he's such a good athlete, but he's got the best bat speed in the game. He hits the ball just as hard as basically anybody in the league. He's barreling it up at an insane rate, nearly 15% of the time. The strikeout rate really isn't that bad considering how much he whiffs, a 24.4% K rate with an 8.8% walk rate for a guy who has 15 homers, hitting 290 with a 357 on base, 551 slug, 908 OPS. This guy is a beast at the plate, helping out this Cardinals team so much. Big reason why they're a huge surprise. They've got an MVP caliber hitter right now in Jordan Walker. He's been ridiculous. Next up at number 19, I've got San Diego Padres center fielder Jackson Merrill. I'm getting a bit concerned about Jackson Merrill. After an amazing rookie season, like truly amazing, Jackson Merrill took a step back last year, dealt with some injuries, wasn't really the same this year. Still playing great defense in center field, but at the plate, I am getting a little bit more concerned. He is starting to heat up, which is good, but Merrill's got an on-base percentage below 300, and truthfully, he's never been that patient of a hitter, has been very much like aggressive, attack the baseball. One thing that I do love, though, is that Jackson Merrill continues to seem to be hunting for more power as the bat speed continues to rise, and he just still hits the ball in the air a ton. I don't think Merrill's going to have a 600 OPS on the year, but I also don't know if it gets back up to that 800 level, so until we do see him return to his 2024 form, I am going to give it to a few other guys just slightly ahead of him, even though Jackson Merrill was one of the best players in baseball just a couple years ago. Just need to see him again readjust to what the league has done for him. Similarly, at number 18, I've got Nolan McLean. Incredible 2025 season for McLean. 8 starts, 2.06 ERA, whip at 1.04, striking everybody out. He's still doing a lot of the great things, but right now he's running into a bit of trouble. Just hasn't been as in control recently, hasn't been as sharp, and that's why his ERA is up to 4.21 in 66 innings. But you still see a 28% K rate, walk rate below 9% at 8.7. The fastball, the sinker, the sweeper, the cutter, the changeup, the curveball. I mean, he has so many different pitches, uses them all really effectively. McLean is a future ace in the making. I couldn't put him as high as I wanted to on this list because of what's happened over the last few weeks, but if you've watched this guy pitch, if you've seen Pitching Ninja tweet about him, you can see why Mets fans and people around the league are excited about him as a pitcher. The stuff is just truly disgusting. Next up at number 17, Travis Bazzana of the Cleveland Guardians. They called him up and he has lived up to the hype. I love watching Travis Bazzana play baseball. Another all-around good player. Early on, defensively hasn't been been great at second, but I do think he's going to be just fine at the position. So far in 126 plate appearances, a 294 average, 389 on base, 450 slug with an 839 OPS. Similarly to a lot of these great young players that we're seeing get called up right now. Great swing decisions, doesn't chase, doesn't strike out, walks, gets on base. Still want to see Bazana with a little bit more pop. Max exit velo only at 108 at the major league level, so that could limit his power ceiling. But if he keeps pulling the ball down the line in Cleveland like he is in the air, he's going to sneak out some home runs in that ballpark. I do think Bazana is a really good ball player. Former #1 overall pick, big fan of his. I feel like he's just really helping this Guardians team be one of the best teams in the American League. Down quite a bit. At number 16, I've got Wyatt Langford. I've got to be honest, I'm kind of losing a little shine on Wyatt. I know he's dealing with some injuries right now, but this season, a bit concerning. The walk rate has absolutely plummeted. That's not great. A walk rate below 5%, that scares me a bit. He made such great strides last year that I expected a little bit more coming out of the gate, but it really has been a horrible start to the season thus far. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh on Wyatt Langford, but again, there are so many good players under 25. I'm just waiting for him again to take that next step. We know he's very good. We need him to get to that next level. And so far in the 84 plate appearances this season, we haven't seen it. Even last year, just good, not amazing. That puts you right here at number 16, middle of the pack of these rankings. All around good player. I just need to see him do more, because he truly can be a 5-tool player. Getting the top 15 start at number 15, Trey Savage of the Toronto Blue Jays. Ooh, Trey Savage looks so good. The four-seam splitter slider combination is just lethal. He tunnels all those pitches so well, is an extremely difficult at-bat for everybody in the league. And while I thought there would be some rough patches early on in the season for him, especially dealing with the injuries, nope, he's come out the gate and looked like just so good. Nobody barrels up the baseball against him. Nobody hits the ball hard against him. They also whiff a ton. They're striking out a ton. Sure, he could throw a few more strikes, but when you're striking guys out as much as he is without giving up barrels for a guy who has one of the lowest ground ball rates, like, it's truly crazy to me what Trey Savage is doing. Fastball sits around 95, and that splitter is one of the best pitches in baseball from that unique arm angle that he has. For the Blue Jays to bounce back, Savage is going to have to stay on top of it. Thank God for him, because he really is just a top pitcher in the game. For the 14th best player under the age of 25 in Major League Baseball, J.J. Weatherholt of the St. Louis Cardinals. J.J. Weatherholt is just going to be a really, really good baseball player. He is going to be elite defensively at second base already, 10 OAA on the season, which is the highest in the league. The bat's also been really good, way more power than we expected. Like J.J. Weatherholt running a league average barrel rate with the amount of contact that he makes, and the fact that he doesn't have the greatest bat speed about league average, like, that's really exciting for a guy who had been such a good hitter in college, always considered to be a great baseball player. He is such a quintessential St. Louis Cardinal. Another huge reason why they're having such a great season thus far. Weatherholt hits the ball hard consistently, doesn't chase, makes good swing decisions, get on base, doesn't strike out, elite defense, good base runner, just a good ball player. Coming in at number 13, Jackson Chourio of the Milwaukee Brewers. Similar conversation to Wyatt Langford. I need to see him take another step before I truly get crazy excited about him. That being said, he's only 22 years old, and he still is really good. So far in a small sample this year, he's been barreling up the baseball like crazy. It feels like we're going to get to a point where Chourio gets hot and the numbers are going to absolutely explode. Until then, I am going to put him a little bit lower, but he's a great athlete, good fielder, good at the plate. So far, we've seen 1,200 plate appearances for him, and he's only 22 years old, which sounds crazy. 272 average, 317 on base, 459 slug, 776 OPS. He steals bases, good defense. If that power develops just a little bit more, and if he honestly gets on base a little bit more, cuts down on the strikeouts, that's when we're starting to see that true superstar talent Jackson Chourio player. It's coming. It's just not here just yet. Next up, at number 12, Kevin McGonigal of the Detroit Tigers. McGonigal's cooled off a little bit over the last couple weeks, but I do love him as a player. Again, I think his defensive home's probably better off at second base rather than shortstop, but the Tigers need him there right now. He's been fine. He hasn't been good, but he hasn't been bad. Like Bazana, like Weatherholt, like these young middle infielders, unbelievably good swing decisions. One of the best chase rates in the league, one of the best whiff rates in the league, doesn't strike out, walks a ton, has walked, I think, just as many times as he struck out this year, which is crazy. Doesn't have the craziest bat speed, but when he does hit the baseball, he squares it up pretty consistently. So similar to the J.J. Weatherholt, league average barrel rates, which will play for an all-around good ball player. If you've watched this guy play, similarly to Weatherholt, they just look like ball players, feel like ball players, act like ball players. Really, really good. Like, the Tigers stink. It's not his fault by any means. They need some more help. Kevin McGonigal, so good at only 21 years old. And then just missing out on the top 10, at number 11, I've got Connor Griffin of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Griffin looks phenomenal. Like, I'm so excited about him as a player. He's only 20 years old, so I didn't want to get crazy right now and rank him where I think he will end up on this list, which will probably end up being right around the top 5 eventually. But I have to take him for what he is at this moment, and while he's doing amazing stuff right now in Pittsburgh, just went on the IL, unfortunately, hitting for power, running the bases well. Defensively, he has been shaky at shortstop. He's not making the best swing decisions either, but he's 20 years old and he's hitting well above league average since he turned 20 at the major league level. So I have no doubts on Connor Griffin. It's just like, based on what we've seen so far, you see the excitement, need to see it all come together a little bit better for me to put him in the top 10, because we're talking about some super established players now. Connor Griffin, though, within maybe a calendar year, is probably a top 5 player under 25 in Major League Baseball. He really is that good. The ceiling is just MVP level. And he's already stole 14 bases. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Getting the top 10 started at number 10, Colson Montgomery of the Chicago White Sox. This guy is such an insane player. 527 plate appearances in his career thus far, 36 home runs and 834 OPS, playing really good defense at shortstop. I don't know how consistently he's going to be able to hit at a high level. I don't know if 820 OPS he can carry it for the full season, because he does swing and miss a lot. He does chase a good bit, strikes out a ton, but the bat speed is elite. The contact when he puts it on the bat is so elite. He pulls the baseball in the air, elite glove. That's the stuff that gets you excited about Colson Montgomery. That's the reason why he was such a highly touted prospect for so long. You see the power, you see the glove, you see an exciting player. And the White Sox have been one of the most fun teams to watch in Major League Baseball. Colson Montgomery is a huge part of it. For the 9th best player in Major League Baseball under 25, keeping in Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. PCA had a slow start to the season, but he's really been heating up as of late. Obviously, we know he is the best defensive center fielder in the entire game. He is ridiculous. He already has 12 OAA on the season. One of the fastest players in the league, one of the best arms in the league. There is nobody more valuable defensively to their baseball team than Pete Crow Armstrong, in my opinion. Maybe Bobby Witt Jr. would be the next. While PCA is very aggressive at the plate, we are seeing him walk at a higher rate than he has in prior years. The walk rate's nearly doubled from last season, while still having a K rate right around 25%. The power is good. The barrel rates are great. He has good bat speed. You couple that all together with, again, the best defense in Major League Baseball. PCA is a absolute stud. I know, like, it's kind of fun to hate on him, I think. And what happened on the south side of Chicago was bizarre, but straight up as like a valuable, good player under the age of 25, there's really not many better than this guy. PCA is so good. Can't believe the Mets traded him away for Javi Baez. Next up, at number 8, Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays. If it was solely based on offense, this would be a top 5 guy. The problem is, can't only do that, because right now, the way that he plays third base, it's almost as if he's not even standing there. He's like the worst defensive third baseman in the league, negative 13 OAA at the time of recording, but nobody cares because he is one of the best hitters in the league, the best bat speed in baseball, which, again, the reason I care about bat speed, or people care about bat speed, you swing the bat hard, you can hit the ball hard. When you hit the ball hard, you can do more damage. Junior Caminero does that. 45 home runs last season, off to a great start already. This year, 13 homers, 278 average, 377 on base, 500 slug for an 877 OPS. That 13.8% walk rate is more than double what he had last season. If he's going to be a 40 home run a year guy with a walk rate above 10%, with the power that he's got, he could try to throw the ball left-handed from third base. I truly don't care. At only 22 years of age, this is one of the superstars in Major League Baseball. The Rays are one of the best teams in the league. It's because Junior Caminero is playing a lot of hero ball, just hitting home runs every single day. The power is ridiculous. Ever so slightly ahead of Junior Caminero, at number 7, Roman Anthony of the Boston Red Sox. Hasn't played much this year due to an injury, had a little bit of a setback, don't love that. But when Anthony plays, you can see he just is a special player. So far, 433 plate appearances at the Major League level, a 273 average, 383 on base, 421 slug for an 804 OPS. Walks, the walk rate is through the roof, like 14% for his career. He's going to strike out a little bit, but that's because he takes absolute daddy hacks at the plate. He will whiff, but he doesn't chase. So he's just missing pitches in the zone because he's taking such a big swing every single time. The power is insane. He's a good defensive outfielder, got a great arm. This is a true 5-tool player. Roman Anthony's special, just has to be healthy. Just missing on the top 5, at number 6, I've got Chase Burns of the Cincinnati Reds. I had been talking all offseason, just like all the other smart baseball people. Chase Burns is going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball, and what do you know? He is. The 4.5 ERA last year was complete nonsense. The stuff is just too good to be that high of an ERA. It was a small sample. And what do you know? This year, 11 starts, 64 innings, a 1.96 ERA, a whip under 1. The fastball is 99 miles an hour. The slider is untouchable. And even the changeup this year has been a really good pitch to left-handed batters. All he needs is 3 pitches, and he can be one of the best pitchers in the league. One of the highest K rates in all of Major League Baseball, right around 30%. The whiff rate's at nearly 34%. Everything that you'd love out of your frontline starter ace, Chase Burns, does it. When Hunter Green eventually gets healthy, this is debatably one of the best 1-2s in the entire league. Chase Burns is just that dude. He's so good. Getting the top 5 start at number 5, Washington Nationals outfielder James Wood. Oh my God, he's doing crazy things, James Wood. Similarly, again, a butcher in the outfield, although he does have a good arm and is a good athlete. But we don't care because at the plate, he is doing just some of the most elite stuff in all of Major League Baseball. So far this season, a 272 average, 411 on base, 548 slug with a 959 OPS, 16 homers, 10 stolen bases, driving in a ton of runs, walking almost 18% of the time is crazy. Not chasing at all. Barrel rate, the best in Major League Baseball. He's barreling up the ball 26% of the time. His average exit velo is a hard hit baseball at 96.5 miles an hour. His expected slugging is almost 100 points higher than what his slugging is right now. This is absolutely crazy stuff. James Wood swings one of the fastest bats in baseball, does the most damage in baseball, makes some of the best swing decisions in Major League Baseball. He's just one of the best offensive players in the entire league. I love James Wood as a player. For the 4th best player in Major League Baseball under the age of 25, gotta talk about Elly De La Cruz. He's doing it. He's doing it. We're seeing Elly hit that next level. And what do you know? It's because he doesn't care about striking out anymore. The biggest mistake that Elly made last season was trying to play for more contact. That's not his game. Elly De La Cruz plays like an insane person, has a cannon of an arm, runs ridiculously fast, swings ridiculously hard, makes incredible contact. That's the Elly De La Cruz that we want to see. Don't try to limit yourself, Elly. The average exit velo right now is almost a hard hit at 94.2 miles an hour. The slash line is better than it's ever been this year, despite striking out more. 280 average, 346 on base, 509 slug with an 855 OPS. The defense has also been elite this season, 6 OAA at shortstop. All these things put together is going to make Elly De La Cruz a very, very rich man someday. Probably not with the Cincinnati Reds, but wherever he eventually goes, Elly De La Cruz is going to get paid. He's one of the most talented players in baseball. He's must watch. Next up at number 3, Mr. Nicholas Kurtz of the Athletics. Similarly, a guy who's an elite hitter who doesn't care about striking out. Kurtz right now has a 20% walk rate, which is insane. He gets on base like literally every single game. Again, doesn't chase. One of the best chase rates in the league. One of the best bat speeds in the league. Hits the ball harder than almost everybody. I mean, we've mentioned 2 of the guys that have hit it harder than him. There's not many above him. The max exit velos are insane. He plays in an extremely favorable ballpark, and as the summer months get here, it's going to be even more advantageous for Mr. Kurtz. He's just come up and dominated from the start. A career slash line of 290, 403, 580, 983 OPS through his first 750 plate appearances. This guy's unbelievable. Just missing out the number 1 spot at number 2, Jacob Misiorowski of the Milwaukee Brewers. Wow. I mean, like, he's one of the 5 best pitchers on the entire planet, so of course he was going to be in the top 2 here. Just so happens that the best pitcher on the planet is also under the age of 25 in the same division. But Misiorowski's doing unbelievable things so far earlier in the year. 71 innings through 12 starts, a 1.65 ERA, a whip at .79. The fastball is average 100 miles an hour, and he has the best extension in the league, which makes it feel probably like 105. The slider is unhittable, truthfully. Like, how does anybody hit a 94 mile an hour slider from this guy? The curveball's been great this year. The cutter, he's not walking anybody. A walk rate at 7% with a K rate at nearly 40%. Nobody's barreling up the baseball. This is statistically the best pitcher in baseball this year. I don't think he is the best pitcher in the league overall, but this season, there is nobody better on the mound than Jacob Misiorowski. He's been that good. A 1.65 ERA, 71 innings, striking out nearly 40%. Like, what? He's a freak. We don't see guys like this. But of course, the best player under the age of 25, in my opinion, still is Paul Skeens. Because while he might not have an ERA that starts with 1, 2.89 through 65 1/3 innings is pretty good, especially because his ERA got inflated from opening day when the Mets somehow smoked him. A whip at .86. We've seen him throw almost 400 innings of a 2 ERA with a whip under 1. K rate, nearly 30%. Walk rate under 5 is crazy. He's thrown 7 different pitches this year, but really is mixing 6, which is crazy. The average velo is 98 miles an hour. Nobody barrels up the baseball. Nobody hits it hard off of him. Another extension king. I mean, you've watched Paul Skeens pitch. This is the best pitcher in the entire league, and that's nothing against Eric Skubal and the other guys. It's just Paul Skeens feels like he is on another level right now. He is kind of the only guy that could beat Misiorowski in this video. He's got a little more track record. He's got the Cy Young Awards. He's unbelievably good. So there they are, the top 25 players, well, I guess top 26 players in Major League Baseball under the age of 25. I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, as well as subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.